Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a quick tutorial on how to do soldering. So for those of you who are out there who wish to learn how to do soldering, just stay tuned. Alright guys, if you haven't yet, please click on that like and subscribe button because your support really matters to me. Alright guys, so when I do soldering, these are the things that I use for soldering. Of course, you'll need the soldering iron itself, and then you need the solder wires. I have with me a wire cutter so that you can expose the wire core and I can solder it much easier, and the soldering sucker so that if any mistakes made I can remove. And also optional, you can have new ironing tips, so in case your tips are oxidized you can exchange them for a new one. And lastly, a grease. All right, so for today's project I am going to rewire my rumble motor on my PS4 controller back onto the main board, because after several use I realized that the wire came off. I think it's because it's rumbled too much that the wire became loose and dropped out. Okay. Alright, so when dealing with the soldering iron, first thing first is that safety is the most important. Make sure there's no water around your work area. And when you are dealing with heated elements, please be careful on where this thing is pointed to. Make sure it is pointed most at your project that you are doing. Okay, so before going through the project, make sure your soldering tip is clean. Here, the tip should look silver. All right. Most of the time, when after several use or after is not even used for any for a long time, there will form a layer of oxide on the tip. So you have to take a good look at the tip. Make sure no black film or any black residue on the tip. For what I do is that when it's heated, using a pen knife, just scrape some of the oxide off, so it will reveal the nice silver tip. Right, so to make sure it's coated well and nice, all right, I put it on some grease, all right, to make sure it's nice and lubricated for the project. Okay, so the first thing first is that I have to expose the core of the wire again. So therefore, I have made a incise cut on the wire to reveal the wire cores inside. All right. Alright guys, so what I did before was that I removed anything that's blocking your work area, especially plastics. If anything, any obstacles is blocking your work area, please do remove them so that when the hot iron rod comes in, it does not damage anything else. Alright, so what I'm doing now is that I am tweezing the wire that is supposed to be soldered onto the main board. Okay, so I'm using a tweezer. Keep your hands away from hot elements here. So always practice safety. Using a tweezer will definitely save your fingers from being burned. So I'm using a solder wire right now. I melt a small droplet of it on the tip of the solder, because ideally if I had 3 hands, it would be much easier. One on the solder wire, one on the solder iron, and one holding the wire that's supposed to be soldered. So I have no choice but having 2 hands. I get a solder onto the ironing tip. All right, just a small droplet is enough. Using the tweezer, dropping the small solder drop onto the contact point, making sure that the solder is still molten, that I am able to slide the wire that's supposed to be soldered on into that small blob of solder. All right, the work is done. As you can see here, the wire that's supposed to be in contact onto the main board is soldered on, making sure that it is still fixed and strong. Okay guys, I hope you like the video. Click on the like button if you like it. Click on dislike if you dislike it. But comment down below what you think works and what does not work. And let me know what the things that you want me to cover or some of the things that doesn't work out. Just let me know. I'm always open to your opinion and catch you on the next one. Bye.